So to me, innovators are really, they're the people who are trying to figure out the new path forward. And what you're about to hear from this lovely panel is sort of how they have broken new ground in Latin America and some of the most cutting edge projects that are coming from the area. So Momi, I'll let you take it away.
Hello, good morning. My name is Angelica Peralta Ramos from La Nación in Buenos Aires, Argentina, the legacy media here. So we are trying to break to challenge status quo in our country. And we really believed since 2010 that we started with a small group of people like disrupting inside La Nación with this concept of data journalism that only could be done in UK or the US because they have the law, whatever. No, we can do it anywhere. And I will show you why we believe, and we believe that many, many, many hands can do something really, really big for a change. Not only a change in journalism. So this is about La Nación, but this is boring numbers, circulation and everything. We have 9 magazine titles and a share of Impremedia, that is a US Hispanic publishing company. And this is our unique visitors per month, 18 million in lanacion.com. Well, and what is La Nación Data? It's La Nación's initiative to develop data journalism, yes, and contribute to opening data in Argentina. This thing about transparency, and I will go quickly with these slides. We are ranked in 107 over 175 in the Corruption Perceptions Index in Transparency International. That is very, very bad. So we don't have a lot of information, open information, and we have lots of corruption problems. So opportunity for those who want to change things. The context for media and journalism, as Mariano said it is a difficult context. Since some years ago, the government took away most of the official advertising from independent media that are called also opposition media, depend who says it. So the red ones are La Nación and Clarín, for example, that lost like this. We also did this visualization in online and in print, gathering more than 40 PDFs, and the information we have 1.5 years late about advertising. What we are asking through our FOIA law, local FOIA law, that is not a law but a decree. Also, we have I'm going to leave this and change to this. A problem with inflation data, that is, since 2007 and today it's anniversary of 8 years that we don't have a unified statistic about our inflation. Government intervened in DEC, the National Statistic Institute, so then it had reported the half of inflation that private consultants were reporting. So private consultants were fined with $125,000 if they told a different inflation rate. So they gathered together with the opposition in Congress, and we have another inflation rate. So nobody could speak about one unified inflation rate. So the economists didn't believe Argentina's numbers, so they took away all the numbers from their print magazine. Also, it was censored by IMF, whatever. So what we did something to follow this story, and we gather every month inflation rates, first in a tableau, because we try to use whatever free software we find for doing visualizations, and at that time it was 2012, I think. We took this press release with many prices that were through a consumer association, Adelco, every month, and we converted it into a data set. We went like 10 years past, and then we can follow these inflation stories showing the real number that it showed that it was the inflation. And now we program it, now yes, with the JavaScript graph, and now we connect it with the Google Docs, and every month we have this new inflation rate showed as a service to our readers. So we say we don't have a FOIL law. Okay, start doing or build the information, because there is a lot of official websites that they have information in ugly PDFs or in whatever very hidden in lots of links. So we don't have this information law, no problem. We have a decree that the decree is enough to ask some information for the executive branch. So, for example, we ask for information and they give us the print copies, and we have to type these copies, but we do it. And then for these salaries of the ambassadors, we convert this story. We also ask another countries, why not, like Brazil or Chile. They have nice portals of transparency, and some of them, Mexico also has a good right to information law. So then we have another little story, but we did this interactive. Also, we always try to do open data with our stories, so we can this data share with another ones. And why data? The first we said, why are you working with data if we do journalism always successfully? So because we think if you're a journalist, data is a new raw material. Another thing is that we have to activate, if we use public data, we activate the demand for more information. So it's useful, and other ones will ask for data for another. To discover stories hidden, of course, to tell stories, and to allow citizens collaboration on these platforms that and I'm going to show you that we develop with data. And because it is journalism, not the future. So also we want to challenge status quo, that there is no data, difficult data. No. We show you that, yes. And why open data? Well, because of the definition. Availability and access, reuse and redistribution, and universal participation. We think we are building something as we open every datum, I mean, in singular. And if we share this with others, even our competitors, they can extract another story if they apply a different layer of investigation, of investigative reporting, or with the community they can share another layer of information, and we can build a very big open data place. So we started doing that. We need to ask for help to the community. The community is not only the hacktivism community, but the activism in civic society. So we are not alone. Many people want to change things and help. So we gathered together with 3 NGOs, transparency NGOs in Argentina, and they have already asked for print copies. They have print copies, 1,500 of assets of declarations. We used collaborative tools, free, like Google Spreadsheets, and we organized a process, and we typed 30,000 of lines of information about our public servants, public officials' declarations of assets. So this is the print copies. Then we typed all this data set, and we did these visualizations and it's online. And so we have the story of how many cars, how many houses, whatever they had before and after. We did this with the 3 NGOs. We were about 30 volunteers that they brought to La Nación. We put the place, we put all the coordination of the project, of course the platform. And then we opened this data in JSON, XML, or CSV, that are the open data formats that you can share with others. And we really believe it's not like only romantic thing, but we really believe that applying technology that even we don't have, but others can have, data is a really good raw material to extract knowledge, and this is just beginning. So inside, well, We just look around in La Nación and we gather one developer and a data miner, designer. It was the team of lanacion.com, and all the journalists that we can, because we work in projects with different journalists from different topics. And these are, as we didn't have like open source developers or whatever, and thanks to Mariano that introduced us to Dan Sinker, we had Manuel Aristaran and then Gaba, and now we're going to have another fellow of Open News Mozilla. But also we investigate ourselves some of these tools that are free or low cost too, because we have a lot of stuff that is transforming information from unstructured to structured. So again, the team is the difference, and the technology is there, so we don't have the excuses. Well, we did a case that it's already known, the Senate expenses. We scraped the Senate expenses from the website, and we transformed these more than 33,000 files. They were protected with password, and some of them were images, so we OCR all of them. We built a data set first, then we extracted some using regular expressions, some entities and places, and we did a data set, and then we did more than, I don't know, 5 stories about this vice president trips with, well, it was a little scandal at that moment, because sometimes he was reported to be at 4 times at the same time in 4 places, and he traveled with more than 10, 15 or 13 bodyguards or whatever he was declaring. So he's been investigated by this. Also, we presented this in a Gantt format to show that this information was like overlapping. Well, then I leave this. This is a little video of the journalists telling this story, how they worked, but also applying technology. We found that we were losing some information because many of the PDFs were very dirty. So we said, why not ask for people to help us extract more data and more stories? So we looked at what ProPublica did, that they were Free the Files, the project. It was a platform for everyone to type information, and then they have 2 or 3 double checkings between themselves, automatic. And so we said, and we spoke to them and said, reuse it, it's open source, you can use it. So, but Manuel, who was our Open News fellow, he said, no, I prefer to build it from scratch because they need something more particular, flexible or whatever. So this is Vozdata, and the crowd data is open source. Vozdata is the platform that we use and we present to transform, and we started from 2010 until 2014. All these, I think it's about 15,000 PDFs that have been entered by our community, more than 1.5 thousand volunteers, people from whatever, readers. Some of them we know, some of them we don't know. And they are there, and now we did Vozdata 1, Vozdata 2, Vozdata 3, and we open this data every time after checking a sample of it. So we use Document Cloud with the data set, and we can do whatever questions. You can classify the information. We can set this because we are very obsessed with building platforms that have administration that doesn't need a programmer. Every time you have to do another set of data. So it's very important if you have the luck to have a developer to always think that he has to build something, not to be needed every time to change the contact. So, well, this is Vozdata. So now from those ugly PDF, we know how much the Senate spent in different providers or different topics. And then we did the reporting on these stories also. And we have a lot more to extract here. So from PDF to open data, there you can download this data, and here it is the data already in a CSV. This is the interesting thing about those data is that not only the NGOs, but universities also, I think there were more than 6 or 7 universities that wanted to use both data to like civic engagement for investigative reporting, so to bring conscious of civic engagement to their students. And they really did it. They really helped a lot. Here are some cases in which they call it liberathons, to free data. So everyone is building something with this. So it's interesting for media to give something to do, useful to do, to your readers or to your community. There are other cases that, well, you can see, like La Ruta Electoral that we did with Andy Tow, with the Hack Labs mini grant, that we were very happy to do this. And also Congresoscopio is like to see how they vote, how the different congressmen vote. And then with Caso Nisman, we did something with the API of Document Cloud. It's very important as a message. There are lots of tools that you can reuse, and they are magic. When you find a way to reuse some of these tools like Document Cloud, we really didn't even begin. We want to do many more things with Document Cloud. We also have this open data catalog because we like to share everyone to reuse it. And also we have our own event that is DataFest, not so big as Media Party and more focused in data and how to extract things with data. We join data miners with journalists, especially focused in data science, not in applications or other things. And we share and we explain these data sets we work with in La Nación, explaining with cheat sheets, I don't know how to call it. And well, this is the last one. Our vision for media is that it has to transform into participatory open data platforms by topics. To push information, help push information closer to citizens so they can monitor and help monitor, for example, public spending. And help structured open data to accelerate social change. So if you are frustrated locally because you're alone and you cannot do, well, inspire globally, because here, for example, in this room, there are many others that would love to do something like this and change things. That's it. Thank you.